opportunities for an opening as Device takes the early engagement against JW at range and absolutely rips his head off. That is not the form you want to be seeing if you are a fan of Fnatic, and they're going to have to queue up now. The 4 remaining pistols. Brolan gets the early entry. Dupree missing a couple of shots. Zipex at least able to bail him out, but Golden then Crims come in with one apiece, and that's going to force the retake. Fast flank coming in from Magisk, but he needs an early frag to set Glaive loose, and there it is. Magisk with the second headshot, and it's all onto Crims. How has this fallen apart for Fnatic?
Pure ruthless aim from Magisk. And now Crims has to lay in wait on long. They're tapping the bomb. They're trying to draw him out into the open. Neither of these players have kits. They need to kill quickly, and Glaive is going to dispatch of Crims. Completely play yourself out. And this is maybe where Astralis and the reputation precedes them. You want to respect Astralis. You're not going to be able to cheese them or gimmick them. This is a team that is so well disciplined. Now, you mentioned about a lack of aggression. This round is very much the opposite, but they're going to get punished. Brolan and his CZ suppressing Dupree, taking the weapon. It is just an MP9, but that's a Glock of all weapons that deals with Glaive, and that will be an M4.
That aggression not paying off at all for Astralis. The first time they try and take some liberties, they try and get Dupree up close and personal with the MP9, and they are punished brutally by Fnatic. 2 quick frags, and to be honest, not much damage done either. Brolan's down to about half HP, but that's it. With Fnatic still having 3 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and now an M4 and an MP9 to work around, there's a world where they steal this round away. Device looking to perhaps balance those scales out a little bit, was waiting for some kind of a peak, is going to be forced to fall back now, and I think Astralis will have learned a very costly lesson there, and you can see Fnatic, they're still waiting for this aggression. Flusher is desperate to get something opening up with the Deagle, but they're going to group up instead and look to pressure Magisk because he's alone towards B.
I do wonder, based off Astralis' decision to push through middle, if they assume that Fnatic had gone for a force buy, if they assumed that they would be caught in transition of maybe trying for a B play, a connector push. Either way you spin it, though, it has entirely backfired. 25 seconds remaining. Magisk up close. This is vital information for the rest of his team, and he's put bullets to faces with 2, and that's the bomb drop. That is huge. There's so much time that he can now fend away from Fnatic, and he's gonna clutch it out as well for his team.
Almost robotic in his accuracy, and that round looked like it was going to go wrong for Astralis. It looked like Fnatic were going to get a let-off, and instead Magisk just steps in, steadies things a little bit, finds Astralis their 4th round on the trot, and now Fnatic are going to look to supply some pressure towards the bathrooms. Dupree, first one in, finds the initial headshot, finds the double spray down as well. JW only able to trade for 2 frags on his side. Fnatic, again, losing out in the early duels, and Device is still here. Device is still waiting for this peak to come in, and JW is thinking about giving it to him. He will as well. Device on the AWP finds a 3rd, and Brolan and Flusher, what have you got for us?
Yeah, the problem with that angle is if it's an M4 or an assault rifle that you're up against, you can actually get tagged, but then you can tank those bullets and get a return kill with the AWP. If you're facing the AWP, though, there is no second chance. 18 seconds to go. Molotov tossed into the bank. They're doing a good job with the very little that they possess, Fnatic, but they still haven't pushed into a position to plant the bomb. Brolan, the youngster, is able to muster up the courage for 1 kill, but he's quickly dealt with accordingly by Device.
Will be 4 AKs. Flusher again taking the loss for his team, dropping down onto the UMP as again Astralis going to try some of this aggression. Dupree making his way into the playground with the utility, but Brolan looking to catch him off guard there, and there's plenty of Fnatic presence to do so. Brolan will finally find Fnatic an opening, and could this be the start to their 1st round on Overpass?
They were able to capitalize on a similar start previously, and maybe Device is going to shut them down again. A hit and run, falls back into bathroom after smoking himself into safety. Well played. And Magisk opens his account.
And they're changing up their aggression as well, so there is no freebie for Fnatic. They can't just run out to any area of the map, but they are going to try for this A hit now. Crims able to take down Glaive, and it's onto Device by the truck. He's being pressured from so many sides. Still able to find the frag onto JW as the bomb looking to get down, but Golden wants another frag. Will find it onto Zipex, and it's all onto Device. First no-scope, and the second Device! The clutch, the 2v1 on that A-bomb site.
Pretty low economically speaking, so that is the direct result of Fnatic getting casualties and making it work. Glaive nearly lines up. 3 or 4 kills, slightly off. Fnatic switching up their pace, and they're getting success thus far. Magisk, wild spray with the SG. Wishes he had an M4 maybe after all. HE's going in. Gonna be able to stop the bomb plant, which is significant because now dupreeh can play a little bit more carefully on short. He doesn't have to overextend. He doesn't have to show his hand. Flusher nearly whiffing, and Device.
With a little bit of a lucky one there. They find their picks on the pistols. dupreeh will just take down JW for the consolation frag, but Flusher, he's going to be able to stay up with that AWP and look to perhaps springboard Fnatic into something on their T side.
Glaive just in time backing off. Had he have been caught out on that little ramp area and connected door peeks open and a wide swing, with him being the only B defender, that could have been the gate to another round on the Swedish side of things. But he now has strength in numbers. He's now being bolstered up with more players coming in. Fnatic again going for a bit more of an aggressive play. They've realized these slow, steady rounds are not playing in their favor. Astralis are too good to deal with that. dupreeh spraying up from the graffiti. It's a trade that goes against Glaive. He should have really done better from there. And now Crims goes in with a second. These are just every single duel going against Astralis, but dupreeh is still alive. He's still kicking and claims himself too.
It was a rough start to say the least, but they're starting to find their feet now. This change of pace appears to have caught Astralis just ever so slightly off guard. It's causing them to whiff a few of their sprays as well. Fnatic, another opportunity to inflict some pain on Astralis as they're going to go for the fast play again, but this time the boost is good from Astralis. Glaive, then dupreeh with a frag apiece, and that is the perfect start. Glaive on 1 HP, managing to get away towards Monster, and this is exactly how Astralis would have wanted to respond. 2 quick frags, the utility coming out to allow dupreeh to escape as well. That's just picture perfect.
It's hard to see how Fnatic get this round done now, and dupreeh completely with the element of surprise, neutralizing Crims. JW may get the drop on Zipex as well. However or not, Glaive has his back covered. I thought for a moment Zipex had just drilled him in midair. Oh, man.
It did look like it. And again, Zipex, how does he stay alive so long there? JW had the drop on him. He had everything going his way. He spotted him on the first jump peak, but the sneak so slow as Flusher at least able to get 1 consolation frag. And with Glaive on 1 HP, there's an opportunity to perhaps find a little bit more. With 12 seconds left on the clock, though, this round is looking all but done. Flusher still desperate to make something of it. Is going to go for this execute onto the A bomb site. Nades raining out over the top. Glaive on 1 HP out towards long, but there you go. Flusher, as quickly as he's in, he's out again. Doesn't find any frags. Just going to sit inside his own smoke, and Glaive on 1 HP will finish the job.
The choice of Fnatic. A masterful veto from Astralis. Again, we did discuss this. Both teams 4-0 in the last 3 months. Both unbeaten. Now we're seeing why. Very high level of Counter-Strike here on Overpass, but the deadlock has been broken. The curse lifted as the Danes go 2 kills ahead. Zipex's MP9 sings, and Golden will be benched until the next half. Glaive, free beyond Brolin, who was just moving out into the open, not really covered by the rest of his teammates. We've been here before, Wolfie. A 2v5 in favor of Astralis, and not many options available. JW decides to shoulder peek, sprayed up from the MP9, down to 29 HP, but still going aggressively. Doesn't really have any other choices or options. There's a flank coming into fruition, but it's going to take a while for Glaive. A slight gap in the smoke affords 1 and a second kill on Device.
Out with the old and in with the new, as it were. Brolin, the new, trying to get the opening pick, and is able to take down Device at range to find the opening for Fnatic.
Has put them on the back foot, but they still have more than enough utility and players to make a go of this. JW gonna cull dupreeh in midair with his USP. Zipex is taking so much damage, and JW intelligently backs away. He knows he has the advantage. Why overstay and die? He tried his best to survive, but Glaive chased them down, charged in with the kill. And speaking of the IGL, one of the best fragging IGLs in the world, have you, but he is in a 1-on-4, and his position is known. He's done a bit of damage to Golden. The IGLs fight against each other, and it's the Swede that comes out ahead. So Fnatic, second pistol under their belt.
The worrying thing for Astralis is they dumped so much utility into that early B execute. Just 2 smokes and a flash remaining now as Magisk is going to be pressured and he's going to get the first. Traded immediately by Crims, but Glaive there again to bail Magisk out. A couple of players taking short presence and it looks like Glaive will just be the fake. Brolan can't find anything at all. Device to take him down and that's the A-bomb site open. Looking for more in fact as Flusher, the next one to wander into Dupree's crosshairs. JW surely not another headshot. Dupree just about can't find it, but Device is there, and that is why Astralis are so lethal.
Isolated from the rest of his team, but he's still going to press forward. Does tag JW, but the Fountain comes to his rescue. Just losing 27 HP. It could have been so much worse. Elsewhere, though, Golden has been silenced by an SG. Device, he's going to meet his makeup by Brolan's hands, and that's going to be an AWP if they decide to pick it up. They decide against it, though.
That's information as well. They know there's nobody pushing up through that area of the map, but the B hit's still going to be so lethal. Magisk with the headshot to take down Flusher and Crims. How long can you stall? He's going to find the first onto Magisk, and that's allowed JW to rotate in as well as he finds a quick headshot.
They may throw Dupree on the end of a fishing rod and try and bait him into Fnatic and see if they bite down fully. He is on a suicide mission to get onto A. Bomb plant right side of the pillar. He smokes off. He actually comes off the bomb prematurely. He's going in for another plant, but it's out in the open. That's where you see the utility of Astralis really just hampering any aggression from the CT's perspective. I'd like to see Fnatic go and connector, but they just don't have the opportunity to. Golden picked off first again, not for the first time in this match. Astralis slowly but surely maneuvering their way in. Still have 2 Molotovs, still have 3 smokes and 2 flashbangs, more than enough to impose their will on the A site. Device peering around the corner, misses his shot. JW goes in. If that goes down to Brolan, it's doable. It's possible that Fnatic win it. JW, last bastion, has fallen down without getting any extra kills, and now Flusher and Crims have got to try and keep the dream alive. They may go for this, especially now that Flusher has perforated the head of Magisk. Device has the right idea. The timing's slightly off, but there's the flick, and Crims can do no further part in this 1v3 that it now falls upon with Flusher. And as you highlighted, he's had a really rough go of it today. He is 6-18, and that's going to add to another death on that tally. Astralis 7 map points.
And they know it. They're going to go fast again. They know the economy is busted for Fnatic, so they're just going to take fast control of the playground with barely any utility committed as well.
Brolan in connector. Right idea, right timing. Nearly burns alive. Nearly had a Brolan barbecue. But he's able to trade across to the M4 and keep connector control. If he continues to push up there, he may find the bomb, but it would do him well to take that connector. Now, I said in the last round, I'd like to see them take more connector control, so it's beautiful to see Brolan go in there. Is it too little, too late? JW with the scout, not too far off, connecting his second headshot of the round, and that smoke will give him a chance to try and push in there, but Dupree has read the script. He knows exactly the kind of player JW is, and he just sprays up through. 4-play 3, and it seems like flanks are actually going to move past one another. Brolan going into bathrooms, not realizing that Zipex is just behind him in middle.
I think Zipex might have just seen the shoulder as well. You could see Astralis meticulously covering their flank. Dupree going to take a fair bit of damage though, and now Brolan should be able to start to get this information. Zipex desperate to get the bomb onto the site as Dupree's gone down to 1 HP trying to hold this off. Bomb will get planted at this point. It's a 4-on-3 retake, but the fast play can come in for Fnatic here. They've got an opportunity with Dupree so low on HP. This could be the clutch. Brolan on the backstab. Dupree gets one, but the trade is immediate, and as Dupree goes down, it's all onto Magisk and his Krieg. 3 frags required. He's playing this perfectly so far. He'll get the spray down for the first. Brolan low on health, but there's a smoke on the bomb, and over the top of it, Brolan will find the frag. The one-man army for Fnatic. 3 frags in the round. But what do they do with it? JW aggressive with the MP9. Astralis not leaving anybody up to cover this, and JW might start to get some sound cues, might start to get an idea, and might even feel like he wants to get aggressive behind this one, and you could see them just hearing the smoke. Astralis, but all 5 players, they're still going to commit. They are not messing around. This is a fully fledged hit at the B-bomb site. Golden fully blinded, taken down to open things up, and Crims with that Krieg, he can do absolutely, I was going to say nothing, and he finds Dupree still inside the Molotov. Dupree burns, and Crims gets something going for his team. in towards water, trying to stay alive, but he can't quite do it. Zipex with the trade, and 4 on 3. Fnatic have to get into the bomb site. Molotovs being dropped relentlessly by Astralis as they make absolutely sure Fnatic will not be given an early entry. Brolin can get nothing with the Krieg. Device rips his head off, and JW and Flusher, they've got to give this a go. Flusher at least able to get 1 onto Device. 3 on 2, and JW has got to find something here. Flusher's position is known. JW is the one unknown factor remaining. Smoke is good and starts to cut the information away, but the leg of JW is visible. Magist gets the first, and it's all onto Flusher. He finds 1, but that's all she wrote. Astralis with the victory on map 1. 16-9 the scoreline on Overpass.
They're going to be pressed early. If Astralis decide to keep pushing up the ramp, JW is going to take the first point of contact. Crims has his back covered. A dynamic duo of players, and it's Brolan, that man again, that is going to break the deadlock in this second map.
Actually going to be rotating all the way back around Astralis. They do not know which bomb site they want to hit at the moment. JW will hear the footsteps coming underneath him and will look to take the early contact. Can't quite find the headshot, though, as Device starts to make his way in. The utility very limited, and Crims with a beautiful crisp headshot to take down Device. Now the smoke looks to come out, but the damage is being done. Dinks onto Golden and Crims as the bomb looks to get planted. Magist finds another, immediately traded, and Glaive and Zipex have got to try and hold this one down.
With a retake, there's always that possibility they can get it done, but they're both so very low in terms of HP. Still, Zipex, though, claims the first blood in this trade, and the second as well, and the third, and Astralis will take the pistol away from Fnatic.
And a couple of Mac-10s, everything saved from the previous, but Flusher fully blinded, and Glaive with the drive-by. Device gets a second onto Brolin, and that's an M4 picked up.
That he wants to make a move through there. They're still stacking together, having their backs covered. The timing is off, and Device now going to rip straight through, not able to get a second, but Crims is so very low that a single bullet will end his life and more than likely the round. And now, to add to their woes, it's a post plant. I'd like to see Fnatic back away and actually save these guns, but they're not going to be afforded the opportunity. Dupree with his Mac-10, ripping through Golden.
Piled on by Astralis, flashes and nades to try and force him out of the angle. He has opted to hang around and almost catches the timing, but Glaive, the IGL, there to bail his teammates out when they had nades in hand, and now it is JW on that AWP. Smokes off, changes up his angle, and he's not going to get his opportunity just yet.
Had the right idea, just fires a little bit too late for the first player. Crossing Golden, could see a millimeter of Magisk's head, and he's converted it into a very welcome kill. Fnatic bringing us back, and JW, there we have it. His AWP is going to have some impact finally.
Device yielding that utility, and Crims smartly plugs himself into an angle, into a corner where he can't be cleared. JW from the heavens will look to watch on, and this is a huge opportunity. Flashbang going to force JW off the angle, but there comes Crims with the shot, and in towards short. He just needs to stay alive, and he knows it. Dupree with the bomb out. 8 seconds left. He's trying to bait the peak, but it's not going to happen. JW gets another, and Flusher finishes the job. Fnatic, they needed that round to go well, and with 4 players kept alive, they couldn't have asked for much better.
Slowing things down, trying to allow Device to get that AWP in play, but it's Glaive. Wall banged out of the round early on. JW peeking the same angle as last round, just much later on. And this could catch Device out. He's hating his life. He was sat there for the last 15, 20 seconds, watching that angle. As soon as he moves up is when JW gets the peek.
And hopes that perhaps he can make something happen with it. But with 25 seconds left on the clock, it has to be now. Magisk through the smoke will capitalize on Crims' low HP to find at least 1 frag for Astralis. But this Molotov from Golden can go onto the plant, and it's going to go there now. Dupree, he's got to try and get this bomb down. The Molotov just not quite spreading. That's huge. The nade will finally finish the job, but he's bought Magisk half a chance. Krieg in hand, 1v4 required. Bomb planted for him, but the flank is starting to come in from Flusher, and there's 3 players to push onto the site here. Magisk needs to find a frag, and there's nothing doing at all. Golden will win the fight on the M4.
Just want to run into A as many times as possible, and maybe finally that wall will break down. Maybe Magisk is the man for the job, but he's been naded out. But also he's lining up a wallbang spot, so not necessarily that important after all. It's unlikely he does get tagged. He's spamming up through there. He's done nearly 100 health in damage to JW and Brolan through the wall. And now the kill's gonna start to rip on in. The bomb is being defused and will get fully defused by Fnatic in the smoke. It's always that situation when a team has hit A so many times, you're always thinking, is this the round that they go B? Is this the round that they go middle? And Brolan Standing tall for the first, but he's been cut down to size by Magisk's SG. Astralis making moves. Still a minute, though, allocated to them.
They've sent dupreeh towards the B-bomb site to take this early duel, and he's going to win it as well. Taking out flusha on the B-bomb site, that's going to draw another rotation in the form of JW. And at this point, I really wouldn't mind Astralis going back towards the A-bomb site. dupreeh, with the map control to work with, he is getting support, but JW lies in wait. And with half a gap in that smoke, he might be able to catch Magisk should he choose to cross. That could be a crucial frag in this round, but the bomb yet to really make its way anywhere, and Device going to get the information. JW takes out dupreeh on B, but now they know the A bomb site is open. The only player there, a lurking Golden, and he can't quite handle the spray of the Krieg. The pressure's going to come on, and Device will get the better of him. As Zipex actually gets a kill over towards the B bomb site, and that's the bomb going down. JW, a 1 versus 3 required, switches out to the M4, looks to spot out Zipex, but nothing doing. Astralis, they pressure every area of the map almost simultaneously.
The first kill, the way of Crims, gets dinked, I think partially through the sandbags. That's why he's still alive. Bit fortunate, but he has a Guardian Angel watching over him. Fnatic player to the good, make that 2, but Zipexes came back straight away onto JW. Magisk now taking the initiative, trying to push outside of middle.
Look at that push from Golden. He's clearing so much of the map deep into spawn. If he's keen enough, if he gets aggressive enough, he could cut the bomb out. And as flusha takes down Magisk, Golden's going to start thinking about it as well. These positions are so good for Fnatic. Finally, the trade comes through from dupreeh, but look at this. Zipex with his knife out, nothing he can do as Golden guns him down. And it's dupreeh with 7 points of health. The bomb lost to Fnatic.
Momentum-wise, certainly favoring the Swedes. They may even try and hunt for some more SGs as well. There should be plenty of them plastered around. Golden's got his hands on one now.
B-bomb site early on, but there's no counter-aggression from the CT side as Zipex alone towards A, trying to make something happen on that scaffolding. Already down to 56 HP, and flusha actually manages to spot players out, throws the nade, and that's going to do some damage as well. Zipex taken down towards A as the push starts to come through. The boost not going to work out for Magisk, but who cares when Glaive's hitting deagle shots like that? Opens up the B-bomb site, forces the rotation of Brolan on that Krieg, and how much can he get done? Deep nade comes in, good damage, but he's got to stay alive, he's got to buy time. Traded again, the deagle's doing good work for Astralis, but finally, Fnatic start to come in. Crims with a quick headshot onto Magisk, and it's Device and dupreeh to try and make something of these deagles. JW up close and personal, making a nuisance of himself, but no longer. Device with another quick headshot on the deagle, and Astralis looking absolutely lethal as they come into the 2-on-2.
So the spray could come into effect. They've seen him. This is going to make them both bite down. We are going to see a bomb plant. Whatever happens here, or maybe dupreeh doesn't need any help. 5 seconds to go. Now Crims must realize that this is the other side of the map, and he's going to say, screw this, I'm off out. Try and mitigate dupreeh as best as he can. Crims trailing across to the AK-47. There's been enough time, though. At this stage, Device could be feasibly anywhere. Crims is going to have to eat so much time to check all these angles, to check all these nitty-gritty positions. Crims on the turn, spraying towards Device. Time ticking away. There's a smoke down, and now Crims can try and funnel him out into the open. He's only got a USP by his hand, and Device! Deagle to the forehead! Astralis clutch it in one of their worst buys of Vertigo.
It's all well and good buying the nades, but you've got to stay alive for long enough to get them out. And Brolan, thinking about the early aggression on the MP9, is going to go for it, going to be tested as well. Device to take him out, and that's the MP9 gone immediately. Device finding even more damage, and it's going to be dupreeh to find flusha. The B-bomb site completely open. How do they keep doing this, Astralis? Device gets the next. And if you wanted a lesson on how to deal with pistols, this is it. JW trying to get aggressive down the ramp, trying to find something to give his team some hope. Of course, it's the last round of the first half. There's no harm going for it, but the Krieg in the hand of Zipex is just too good. 9-6. And Astralis, statistically, are better on the T side. Buying a little bit of time for Astralis as they reset their positions. Fnatic, it'll be interesting to see where they look to go with this one. The B split, a distinct possibility as dupreeh and Glaive will be put under pressure from the generators. Yet to really commit, though. And they are just going to start jumping through now. Here comes the hit. Nade's going to be good. dupreeh gets the initial headshot as well. That's so much damage from the HE. They're trying to swarm, but dupreeh and Glaive, they're all hitting headshots. 3 quick frags. Glaive finally taken out, but dupreeh's still there and kicking. He'll have another thank you very much, and Crims will be taken out. And here, Device, JW Oh, that's playing with fire up close and personal. The MP9 will get the frag, the Molotov to follow, and they're looking to apply the pressure. Brolin, though, starts to alleviate it somewhat with that frag onto Glaive.
They need Brolan to get an entry. He's doing plenty of damage. There's no way Fnatic knowing this. Magisk's also been dropped down to 18, but the lone AK is able to deliver the fatal blow onto Brolan. Golden now pushing in, turning his back, anticipating the flashbang, which did come, and Magisk keeps a rip and tear through Fnatic.
It's going to try and be a fast play early up the A ramp. All 5 players here for Fnatic. They're eating the early nades, and JW up close and personal on the AWP can get nothing done. Zipex with the second, but the trades are coming through. Golden and Crims with one apiece, and Zipex knows how important this frag could be. He has to get it, and he does. Flusher and Golden both tagged low, both desperately trying to stay alive. A messy spray, but Glaive gets the better of Flusher, and it's all onto the IGL Golden. He's got the first onto Zipex, still needs 2 more, and with just 19 points of health to his name, how much longer can he stay alive?
He's trying to play that mental game of chess to maneuver Astralis what suits him the most. Now he's got the bomb down. With that AK-47, if he lands headshots, it's doable. The timing has typically been in favor of Astralis. Oh, Device, has he seen the player pushing? No, Brolan's going to get the drop on him. Able to quickly rummage together through short. This is going to keep at least Zipex interested at the back of the site. 21-8, by the way. What a performance he's had on Vertigo. Golden using the smoke as a bit of cover. Brolans came in with a second one. Maybe there is that second gust to get behind Fnatic. That second wind for them to start to get in proximity of Astralis. It's going to take a while, though. Plenty more steps before they reach even close to equality, and they still have to deal with Glaive and Dupree. Glaive the first to fall between the two of them, and Dupree on the flank. Back at T-spawn. He does have an AWP, it would be worth saving this. So I don't have faith yet to answer your question a little bit more in depth. But if they win this round, Astralis will have a broken economy. That is certain one way back in. Magisk, Deagle. Astralis and Deagles have been a pretty tantalizing prospect over the duration of this map in particular, and Device for this FAMAS. Speaking of one of the Deagle wielders, pulling out all the Juans, and our Crimson JW have to try and save Fnatic once again. It's another Deagle frag. JW 1v5, and it's a Deagle to round it off. Astralis 16-8. Take it 2-0 and continue their streak of top 4 finishes only at Katowice.